You're listening to Healing After Heartbreak, the podcast where women learn to slow down, breathe again, and rebuild the parts of themselves love once fractured. Hosted by Mary Majors, a master certified confidence and clarity coach who blends psychology, nervous system wisdom, and faith, this show guides you back to self-trust, emotional safety, and the woman you were always meant to be. If you're ready for honest conversations, gentle truth, and healing that lasts, you're in the right place.
Welcome back to Healing After Heartbreak. I'm Mary Majors, and today we're diving into a topic so many women carry quiet shame around, repeating the same patterns in love. If you've ever found yourself thinking, why do I always attract emotionally unavailable men? Why do I fall for potential instead of reality? Why do I ignore red flags? Why does it feel like I'm dating the same person with a different face? I want you to hear me clearly. You are not alone, and nothing about you is broken. Today, we're going to explore why these patterns happen, not from a place of blame or self-criticism, but from compassion, clarity, and nervous system truth. Because attraction isn't random, it's patterned, it's familiar, and it's wired into your body long before it ever shows up in your dating life. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why you're drawn to certain people, why chemistry can be misleading, why your body confuses familiarity with safety, and how to gently interrupt the cycle. This is one of those lights on conversations, the kind that helps you finally see what's been happening beneath the surface. So take a breath with me. Let your shoulders soften and let's walk through this together. One of the biggest myths in dating is the idea that we consciously choose who we're attracted to. But the truth is, attraction is a nervous system response. Your body is constantly scanning for what feels familiar, not what's healthy, not what's aligned, but what it already knows. And this happens automatically long before your mind gets a vote. If you grew up with inconsistency, emotional distance, unpredictability, caretaking roles, or feeling like you had to earn love, your body learned this is what connection feels like. So when you meet someone who carries that same emotional tone, even if it's unhealthy, your nervous system lights up with recognition. It feels like chemistry, but it's actually familiarity. It's your body saying, I know this. And here's the important part. Familiar doesn't mean healthy. Familiar just means known. And your body will choose known over healthy until you teach it something new. There are three major forces that shape who you're drawn to, and the first is your attachment style. This formed long before you ever went on a date. If you grew up walking on eggshells, earning affection, or managing other people's emotions, your body learned that love feels like work. So when someone shows up steady, kind, consistent, emotionally available, your nervous system doesn't recognize it as love, it reads it as boring. Not because it is boring, but because it's unfamiliar. Meanwhile, someone unpredictable or hard to read feels like chemistry, but it's really activation. It's your attachment system lighting up. Take a breath. Just notice if any part of that feels familiar. The second force is your unhealed wounds. We are often drawn to people who mirror the very wounds we haven't healed yet. Trauma research shows that unhealed relational wounds create unconscious attempts to repair the original injury by choosing partners who evoke similar feelings. In simple terms, you're not choosing pain, you're choosing what your body hopes it can finally fix. If you've ever stayed too long, tried too hard, or looked back wondering, why did I choose that? This is often why. Your body was trying to finish a story it never got to complete. Take a breath. Offer yourself some compassion here. The third force is what I call the familiarity loop. Your nervous system is always asking one question: what feels familiar? Not what feels safe, not what feels healthy, just what feels familiar. If chaos was familiar, you'll be drawn to chaos. If emotional distance was familiar, you'll be drawn to emotional distance. If caretaking was familiar, you'll be drawn to people who need fixing. Your body isn't trying to hurt you, it's trying to protect you with the only blueprint it knows. Once you start seeing these forces with compassion instead of shame, everything begins to make sense. You're not broken, you've just been following a blueprint your body learned a long time ago. And the beautiful thing about blueprints is that they can be rewritten. Now, let's talk gently about red flags. You don't ignore them because you're naive. You ignore them because your body is prioritizing connection over clarity. When you're dysregulated, anxious, activated, afraid of losing someone, your brain shifts into survival mode, and survival mode says stay connected at all costs. So you minimize, rationalize, hope they'll change, focus on potential instead of patterns. This isn't weakness, it's biology. So, how do you break the pattern? You do it gently. It begins with regulating your nervous system. You cannot choose healthy love from a dysregulated state. When your body is calm and grounded, you can see red flags clearly, tolerate slow and steady connection, recognize emotional availability, and choose from alignment instead of fear. Then you rebuild self trust. When you trust yourself, you stop chasing, proving, settling, or abandoning yourself to keep someone else. Self trust is the foundation of healthy attraction. And finally, you redefine chemistry. Chemistry that feels like anxiety is not chemistry. Chemistry that feels like peace is. Healthy attraction feels like warmth, curiosity, steadiness, safety, clarity, ease. It's not fireworks, it's a slow burn, and that slow burn is what lasts. Before we close, place a hand on your heart. Take a slow breath and ask yourself, what patterns have been shaping my attraction? What feels familiar but not healthy? What would it feel like to choose someone who feels safe, steady, emotionally available? And what part of me is ready to be restored? Whatever comes up is enough. You're not judging yourself, you're understanding yourself. And understanding is what creates change.
Thank you for listening to Healing After Heartbreak. If today's conversation opened something meaningful for you, Mary invites you to honor that moment, because awareness is where healing begins. Follow the podcast, leave a rating, and pass it along to another woman who's ready to rebuild with confidence and emotional safety. You can explore more of her work at marymajors.com. And if you're curious about the patterns shaping your healing journey, you're welcome to take her free quiz, What's Your Heartbreak Pattern? Available there as well. Until next time, remember, healing is a process, and you're becoming someone you can trust.